You ever notice how the loudest person in the room is rarely the one getting results? How the people talking about their plans nonstop are usually the same ones making excuses a year later. There's a reason for that. And if you felt stuck, frustrated, or like you're spinning your wheels while everyone else moves forward, this might be the year you finally understand why. 2026 just started. Same calendar, same 24 hours. But here's what's different. You are, or at least you can be, because this year isn't about grand declarations or posting your goals online for validation. It's about something most people will never commit to. Focusing on yourself, staying silent, and letting your actions be the only thing that speaks. Let me be clear. When I say stay silent, I don't mean become invisible. I mean stop announcing, stop explaining, stop defending your decisions to people who aren't even paying attention. Most of the noise in your life isn't coming from outside. It's coming from you. The constant need to be seen, to be understood, to be validated. And that need is costing you more than you realize. Think about the last time you told someone about a goal you had. Maybe it was getting in shape. Maybe it was starting a business, learning a skill. Doesn't matter. You told them, and what happened? You felt good for a moment. You got a little hit of dopamine from their reaction. Maybe they encouraged you. Maybe they doubted you. Either way, your brain registered that conversation as progress. But it wasn't progress. It was just talk. And talk tricks you into thinking you've already started. Science backs this up. When you announce a goal, your brain releases the same chemicals it would if you'd actually made progress toward it. So you feel satisfied without doing the work. That's why people who talk the most about their dreams are often the least likely to achieve them. They've already gotten the reward. They've already felt the pride. And now the hard part, the actual execution, feels less urgent. So here's what changes this year. You stop talking. You start moving. Quietly. Consistently. Without the need for anyone to know what you're building until it's already built. Number 1. Understand that silence is strategic, not passive. When you're silent, you're not hiding. You're protecting your energy. Every time you explain yourself, justify your choices, or defend your path to someone who isn't walking it with you, you leak focus. You give away mental real estate to opinions that don't matter, and you invite doubt into a space that should be reserved for certainty. Let's say you decide to wake up at 5 a.m. and work on a project before your day starts. You don't need to tell your friends. You don't need to post about it. You don't need anyone's permission or encouragement. You just do it. And when you do it in silence, something shifts. You stop performing. You stop needing external validation. Your motivation becomes internal, and that's when it becomes sustainable. People will notice eventually. They always do. But by the time they ask what you've been up to, you'll have results to show, not plans, not potential, results. And results don't need explanation. They speak for themselves. Number 2, you recognize that most people are not rooting for you the way you think they are. This isn't about being cynical. It's about being realistic. Most people are too busy dealing with their own lives to genuinely invest in yours. And the ones who do pay attention, some of them don't want you to succeed, not because they're evil, but because your success reflects their inaction. Your discipline highlights their excuses, and that makes them uncomfortable. So when you stay silent, you remove their opportunity to project their limits onto you. You stop giving them a chance to say it's too hard, it's been done before, or you're not ready, because by the time they hear about it, you've already proven them wrong. Number 3, shift your relationship with discomfort. Most people avoid discomfort at all costs. They hit snooze. They skip the workout. They choose the easy conversation over the hard one. And every time they do, they reinforce a pattern that says comfort is more important than growth. But comfort is a trap. It feels safe in the moment, but over time, it compounds into regret. Discomfort, on the other hand, compounds into capability. Every time you do the hard thing, you expand your threshold. You prove to yourself that you can handle more than you thought. And that proof becomes confidence. Real confidence, not the fake kind that comes from affirmations or hype. The kind that comes from evidence, from a track record of showing up when you didn't feel like it. So this year, when you feel resistance, don't run from it. Lean into it. That resistance is information. It's showing you exactly where you need to grow. And the more you practice moving through it, the less power it has over you. Number 4, accept that consistency beats intensity every single time. You don't need to overhaul your entire life overnight. You don't need to work 16-hour days or make drastic sacrifices. You just need to show up every day, even when it's boring, even when it's hard, even when no one's watching. Most people fail because they sprint at the beginning and burn out before they build momentum. They go all in for a week, maybe 2, and then life happens. They get tired, they get distracted, and they quit. But the people who win, they pace themselves. They understand that small actions, repeated over time, create massive results. Think about it. If you improve by just 1% every day for a year, you're not just 1% better. You're 37 times better. That's the power of compounding. But it only works if you stay consistent. And you only stay consistent if you stop relying on motivation and start building systems. Number 5, build systems, not goals. Goals are useful for direction, but systems are what get you there. A goal is wanting to lose 20 pounds. A system is committing to move your body for 30 minutes every day. A goal is wanting to write a book. A system is writing 500 words before breakfast. Goals are about the outcome. Systems are about the process, and the process is where you live. When you focus on systems, you stop obsessing over results. You stop checking the scale every day or refreshing your bank account, hoping for a miracle. You just trust the process. And over time, the results take care of themselves. Number 6, protect your time like your life depends on it. Because it does. Time is the one resource you can never get back. And most people give it away without thinking. They say yes to things they don't want to do. They scroll for hours. They sit in meetings that don't matter. And at the end of the day, they wonder why they didn't make progress. This year, get ruthless with your time. Learn to say no, not rudely, not with explanation, just no. Because every time you say yes to something that doesn't serve you, you're saying no to something that does. And if you're serious about focusing on yourself, you can't afford to waste time on distractions disguised as obligations. Number 7, stop waiting for permission. No one is coming to tell you you're ready. No one's going to hand you an opportunity and say now's your time. You have to decide that for yourself. And the moment you stop waiting for external validation and start giving yourself permission to begin, everything changes. You don't need more information. You don't need a better plan. You don't need perfect conditions. You just need to start. Messy, imperfect, uncertain. Start anyway, because action creates clarity, and clarity creates momentum. Number 8, understand that most of your life is running on autopilot, and autopilot is not your friend. You wake up, check your phone, scroll, get ready, go through your day reacting to whatever comes at you. Come home, scroll again, go to bed, repeat, and before you know it, weeks have passed, months, years, and you've been busy, but you haven't been intentional. Autopilot is comfortable, but it's also how you end up living someone else's life. This year, take back control. Start each day with intention. Decide what matters. Decide where your energy goes. And when you catch yourself slipping into old patterns, pause. Redirect. Choose again. Number 9, remember that your environment shapes you more than you think. If you're surrounded by people who complain, you'll complain. If you're surrounded by people who make excuses, you'll make excuses. If you're surrounded by distraction, you'll be distracted. Your environment is either pulling you forward or holding you back. There's no neutral. So audit your environment. Your physical space, your digital space, the people you spend time with, the content you consume. And if something isn't helping you become who you want to be, remove it. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Now. Number 10, accept that you will have to disappoint people. And that's okay. When you start prioritizing yourself, some people won't understand. They'll think you've changed. They'll say you're distant. They'll make you feel guilty for not being available the way you used to be. And you have to be okay with that. Because the truth is, you can't grow and stay the same. You can't level up and keep everyone comfortable. Growth requires change, and change requires boundaries. So set them, protect them, and trust that the right people will respect them. Number 11. Stop comparing your progress to anyone else's. You're not running their race. You don't know what advantages they had, what struggles they faced, what shortcuts they took. All you know is your path, and your path is enough. Comparison is theft. It steals your joy, your focus, your confidence, and it keeps you stuck in a loop of never feeling like you're doing enough. So stop looking sideways. Keep your eyes on your own lane and measure yourself against who you were yesterday. That's the only comparison that matters. Number 12. Get comfortable with being misunderstood. Not everyone will get it, and that's fine. You're not doing this for their approval. You're doing this for your future, for your peace, for your freedom. And the people who matter will see it eventually. The ones who don't, they were never your audience. Number 13. Realize that discipline is love. It's not punishment. It's not restriction. It's you caring enough about your future self to make hard choices now. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you're saying, I matter. My goals matter. My growth matters. And that's one of the most loving things you can do. This year, the world will keep spinning. People will keep talking. Distractions will keep coming. But you're going to move differently. You're going to focus. You're going to stay silent. You're going to build. And when people finally notice, they won't ask what happened. They'll ask how you did it. And you'll smile. Because you'll know it wasn't luck. It wasn't talent. It wasn't a secret. It was focus. It was silence. It was consistency. It was you choosing yourself every single day when no one was watching. So here's the challenge. Stop announcing. Stop explaining. Stop waiting. Just start. Focus on yourself. Stay silent. And let the results do the talking. 2026 is already here. The question is, are you going to waste it talking about what you're going to do? Or are you going to spend it actually doing it? Now you decide.